Why is there connections that I never made? Oh my god, the game's... I think I've broken the game. I can't move my camera anymore. Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode of Good Company Freeplay with me, Spacefish. And welcome back to our flourishing Spacefish Limited right here in, well, right on the beautiful side of the beach. But with that said, as you can see, for a start, we are currently actually missing a research project as we just completed ours in the last episode. So that is going to be the first thing for me to take on with you all today. I'm not quite sure what we did last. I'm thinking it may have been the memory bank down there, because we're currently already using register arrays, if you can all remember. I was trying to go kind of for parts that we do need for existing products of ours, and I'm actually not 100% sure what I want to do next. I think I've got multiple options, right? We've got the proximity sensor, which would make sense because we've got camera drones right now which use the brightness sensor, which are just about enough, to be honest. So having a bit of an upgrade from that would make a lot of sense. Alternatively, we could also do something like these single jointed segments. I think this is actually the last thing that we did, isn't it? The simple gearbox. So I think either we do the simple jointed, or single rather, sorry, jointed segment as well, or we do the proximity sensor first. I mean, I think the camera drone has got a bunch of life left in it still. So let's do this thing first, and then we'll do the other thing after. Let's start the research right here. And now, as you all may remember, in the last episode we finally got this production out here running for our camera drones, and things are just now playing out. We're starting to see a bunch of these things on the sales platforms right there, and you can also see that for some reason this employee is waiting for the parts that are already in there. I'm confused, to say the least. Oh, maybe it's just not enough of them in there. No, there's a whole lot of them in there. What is your issue? Are you not connected? Oh, wow. Okay, see? Start of the episode, we already find a first thing missing. Now, that's a good bit of a fix. That should help us out a ton, or at least help that station out a ton. I'm not sure how badly we're bottlenecked on this. We are actually not bottlenecked on it at all, which is surprising. Did we only really need one table for this? Why do I have two? What? I'm confused. No, we've got 0.6 days per brightness sensor. So that should about be matching, well, like slightly over matching the production frequency we have right here. So I'm kind of wondering why that is not bottlenecked and everything else seems to be fine. It seems quite weird to me. But it also seems a thing that's shortest in supply at the moment still is the medium stepper motor, so maybe that's just production catching up there, because if you all remember, we did have to upgrade to mechanics workbenches here in the last episode to actually avert a bottleneck, because I actually had the wrong workbenches, only the basic ones, which were, well, unfortunately a bit slow. Now, I'm not sure. It feels like overall we're still very, very low on these things, so I'm kind of a bit worried. Metalbot chassis register arrays seem all be very nice and overfilled, while brightness sensors, well, those should get more filled soon as well, but I'm not sure what's going on with medium stepper motors. I really hope that will improve a bit. I think I will fast forward here for a minute just to kind of see how our stocks develop. You could see right there, right, we already had a bottleneck. 57k profit, by the way. Way to go. 1.254 million in the bank. Absolutely awesome. If we also look at like the financial overview, 2.7 million in net worth already. It's nice. We're shooting up further and further, nicely approaching, well, I guess 5 million is our next little goal, and then 10 eventually. But here we have another bottleneck. I'm really kind of puzzled as to why that is the case. Because, you know, we should be making 0.6 of these per day. I cannot see them stopping, right? And if we look into the blueprint designer here real quick, the assembly time for this thing's actually 0.6 days as well. Okay, I thought it was actually 0.75 or something. So I guess with them having to whoa, whoopsie, with them having to pick up things from the shelf, they don't quite reach that 0.6 day frequency, and as it was the lowest thing in stock before, it's kind of where things end off. But okay, that's fine, I suppose. We're still making a good bunch of money, I would hope. Actually fell back down the 50k mark, so let's actually maybe have a quick look at all the other products, just check out how things are going. It seems as though the Texas Instruments Mark II calculator, we're not selling as many of these as we used to, but more due to less production than anything, so maybe something you want to look into. Also needs to progress a phase here soon. We've got the Keith 600C, which seems to be going as expected, really. Just, you know, a few fluctuations and everything, that's fine, that's to be expected, but overall I think we're doing pretty good on it. Pair 3, also pretty happy. I mean, I'm not sure I'm 100% happy with that one, to be honest. How are we doing here for the blueprint design for the production frequency? Because this thing was rather new too as well. I mean, in theory, we should be making a bit more than 3 every day. Then again, I think we were like, one of these tables was a bit extra because like we didn't have enough frequency to fully fill one extra table. So let's say we've got 3 a day. That means we would expect like 21 a week. I don't know. Maybe we're just not quite able to fill this table with the frequency needed. But it seems a bit low to me. So maybe something to worry about, maybe something to look into what we have there for a bottleneck. Curebots doing pretty fine, pretty happy, not really much to worry about, we'll keep it there. And little brother, well, I don't know. It's also not really going as good as we thought it would, is it? I mean, 0.6 days for one product would mean that with the phone ringing in the background, awesome stuff. I mean, it should, in theory, mean that we do like maybe 20-ish, a little less. So I mean, this bottleneck seems to be larger than I thought. I really didn't like it. I hope this catches up a bit. Let's see about that. But let's focus on this here maybe for a second. Do we have any actual bottlenecks in here? Seems we're kind of low on the double battery stacks. It does seem like we're kind of low in the double battery stacks. Which is weird, because we've got... Oh, no! Yep. That was the reason right there. So, fixed. That should hopefully allow us to make a lot more of these and increase our profitability ever further. That's always annoying when the thing is actually blocked by old products that are not supposed to be in there anymore, and then, oh god. Okay. Alright, it is what it is. We will have to live with that for the time being, but that's now fixed, so that should mean we're producing a lot more of these things. I'm also going to get rid of all these notifications down here, because honestly, that's quite a lot of them, and I never remember to get rid of them. Now, next thing I was kind of wondering about was my calculator production right here, right? It seemed a bit low on average, but then again, I mean, it seems like we're not bottlenecking on anything, so I don't know. Maybe it just seems low? Let's look at the market overview. No, actually, blueprint design is what I wanted to say. If we look into this, 0.75 days. Should mean we should easily break the 14 every week, though. Even with them having to pick up stuff, like... Huh. Interesting. Let's speed things up, see if something runs out for a second here. Do we... I mean, the thing is, the only thing that we've really got a lot of in here is battery stacks. 52k again, very nice. But it doesn't seem that anything else in particular would be even close to running out, so... I'm not sure about this one. It's a bit weird that, but... It seems to all be going fine for me, so... That is what it is. We'll keep it right there. We will go into the market overview though, and we'll progress this phase. We're only really selling on average like 15, 14 a week maybe, so... even if I progress the phase, I don't really expect to have to give too much of a discount here, because if we can hit like potential sales of 15 a week, I think we should be totally fine. As you can see, we don't have any any discount going for this product as of yet at all anyways, so not even really that much to worry about in terms of future-proofing the product, because it's probably going to last for another 2-3 phases, so that should be fine. Potential sales of 10 a week now. We were at 950 of a price before, but what we can do now is just give it to 7%. That gets us potential sales of 15 a week. Let's actually just make it 16, just to be sure that we've actually got everything covered, even the spikes. And that way we're still earning $50 more per calculator, which is awesome. That's great news. That's nice and easy, and I don't have to worry about things, so I do very, very much like that. Now, with that said, Pocket Computer is going to last for a little while still, and everything else is looking pretty fine too. We've got 40 out of 150 points only for the next product, so we will have to do some more research. And speaking of research, the other research project is actually done, and I totally forgot checking back in. So let's do just that. We will now proceed with a proximity sensor, so we've got something to upgrade our camera drone, I think. And I'll also maybe already make a plan for the next thing. I'm not really interested in anything down below here in terms of improvement parts and stuff that can wait for a while as another phone rings. I've got too many phones, I really apologize, but with that said, 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, and back I am. So, making a bit of a plan then for whatever the next thing is we will research. I'm thinking I would really actually like to get a stereo speaker eventually, so maybe we will then move on with our 16 segment display plan, so that we unlock the 10th tier and then we can get the stereo speaker. I think that would be a good thing to have, and that'll also allow us to get the control unit, which will be a nice boost forwards, and that will then subsequently allow for the battery matrix, which I think we could very much use eventually as well. So I do think that's a good way to go. This thing, of course, being a bit more complicated, but I'm sure we'll be able to deal with it. And I don't know. I mean, we're really researching so far ahead of our current requirements here. It's pretty crazy, but, well, we're just pre-planning like crazy. Like, even this torque motor, high-speed motor, like, God, I mean, it's great, it's awesome. We can also probably research the large stepper and DC motors eventually for the drones that we make. Before the time being, let's get time sped back up, let's get things produced, and let's see if everything works out as intended now. First and foremost thing here being really that hopefully we'll have less of a bottlenecking issue with the pair 3s as we're getting in more batteries from that other production table that was previously accidentally excluded by me. So far, it's looking pretty good, I would say. I do really like these production volumes overall. If we look at the market overview here and the Pocket Computer, you can see we're easily making 18, 19, 17. I think that's a bunch better. Let's see how this week is going to go, though, in particular. No, actually, this week in particular was 18. So, yeah, that's fine. That's very nice. We're nearly at 60k in profit, and it seems to be a lot more stable now. So, that is a good indication. Looking back at this thing, I think, yeah, I mean, we still have a little bit of a bottleneck here. It seems to have become less, though, as the metal bot chassis seem to drain as well, so I think it's now less of a bottleneck than more of an overall production limitation in terms of the final assembly being so fast that the other tables can't really just quite keep up, which, from my point of view, honestly, I think that's pretty fine. Another thing that I'm really looking forward to, by the way, here is our research target of 8,000 research points spent. I think that is something that we could potentially reach this episode, and that'll give us a bunch of things. For a nice start, we'll get more demand for the markets from levels 1 to 5, which is always great. That means I can lower my discounts a bit and make a bit more money, so that's always great. But we will also get a precision workbench, which is nice. And most crucially, we'll get pick-and-place machines, metal processing machines, and small case machines. And that kind of means that I will have the ability to automate things a bit more if I really want to. And I kind of do. I mean, we do have a bunch of conveyor parts here left over, which is also very nice. That should help us in those endeavors, and we can always, you know, rehire some people to work here for us to make some more. And, well, I mean, the thing is that with a pick-and-place machine, you save, for one, you save money on employee costs, of course, but it also produces so many, for example, circuit boards or, you know, some controllers and stuff. Like, it's actually very nice to have. It's just a question of how do I integrate it, where do I integrate it, what will I do with it. But I think that will unlock a good bunch of potential for us. That said, we are already out of active research projects again, I think, by the way. I'm actually going to hire another person here, because, I mean, look at this, we're at 1.6 million, we're making money so fast right now, I can't even spend that much money, but one way or another, we should probably try and at least hire a few more people for researching. I'll keep one desk open for me as always, but that should be a bit better, and we will also probably need to kind of expand our analysis out here, so maybe it makes sense to build an... this doesn't have a delivery area, which I don't like too much, but maybe we can do an alternative solution there. I mean, we were transporting things to over here earlier as well, but like, I don't know, like, I would really like to expand my analysis department, if that makes sense. And if possible, but that will probably imply that we have to outsource this production part here, because this is not really quite enough to even keep my employees here covered. And, well, I don't know. Well, for one, I'm going to throw this in there, because, you know, somebody's got to research off that. I'm going to pick up the simple cases myself, I'm going to do that, and I'm actually going to go and just, you know, research all these for a while till we've got that covered. But, like, I feel we should actually take care of that. Now, the best location really seems to be this. I mean, we've got another building right here without a delivery area too, but I don't really see a reason to split these buildings up. Then again, I mean, this building is overall rather small anyways. Maybe I can just use it for general research and I'll have the whole building here for analysis. I don't know, like, the thing is, right, for research, I can just box people in. I don't really have to worry about it too much. Oh no, now she's boxed out, of course. Can you just... Thank you. Perfect. But yeah, I mean, for research, you can just box people in, right? You don't need any sort of shelving racks or anything. But for analysis, I need shelving racks that also my logistics employees need to be able to access. I cannot really just box people in. And I feel this space is going to be a bit small very quickly, but we'll see. We'll see about it. I am just going to buy this building for the time being. I mean, 45k is not really a lot of money for us. And I will just have to go and try and see how I do best do this out here. I'm just going to try and pre-plan for us actually moving the analysis desks in here eventually. So we can fit 3, 4, 5 and have space here. And we can fit 1, 2, 3, 4 in here without having any space. Now we do kind of need space because, as I said previously, we will need our logistics employees to move through there. So that means that I'll try and set up production in here and save this space for analysis for the time being, and then we'll see about that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place a courier pallet right down there, and we will start placing a few chemistry tables out here. Now the question is this actually the best thing that I can do for research? I'm not quite sure. I want to find something that's rather simple to make, but has a comparatively high value in terms of research points, if that makes sense. Now, all these things, I mean, they're all rather complicated to make. It's why I've never really given it even a slight look, because if you can see, we've got so many input materials right here that we need to take care of. It's always kind of a bit of a difficult production. While, you know, if you do battery stacks, you just have chemicals, you've got plastic, you don't have any prior production steps, and you can be happy. So I think I'm just going to keep doing that, to be honest. It's been working very well for me so far, and I'd rather just mass produce these things and not have a complex production system behind it that can fail, have bottlenecks, and so on and so forth. instead of, you know, overcomplicating things with huge, massive production setups, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna put like a little production line right here, and like same as I am usually doing the others. All of these will basically be making not single cell batteries, but battery stacks, and I'll start hiring people for it. Already, we'll actually pause time here for a second. Really no reason to pay people salaries when they're not doing anything, is there? So we will just do that. Also, kind of tempted to move these guys over there right now, to be honest, because we do have the space. I think we'll do that. So let's hop that to up there and hop this to up there. I'm not sure, like, the logistics connections in theory should all... Hello? Missing material. No, wait. I'm not willing to click. No. I don't want to click her name thingy. Not name thingy, her thought bubble thing. I want to place a table, please. Thank you. And we will... I don't know, like, as I said, I think the material stuff should auto break, disappear. Oh my god, no. Auto logistics is on. No, no, please. Oh god, now everything got connected to that table, right? Of course it did. Oh my god, auto logistics, please. Oh, this is so painful. It's so painful. Auto logistics hurts. God. Okay, it seems like these things didn't get connected at all, which is kind of surprising. Actually, they did. Why does it not show me the connections when... Hello? Why are you not showing me the connections when I click the chemicals? What is going on? Oh my god, something is wrong with the logistics right now. Why can't I see... Why can I not see the connections? Uh-oh. I think I broke something. I think I may have broken something. I think my easy solution here will be to just go to construction, move this thing out again. If I can even grab it. We'll just move it into the other logistics zone again, thus breaking all the connections, and move it back in, and now without auto logistics. What's that arrow mean? Yeah, okay, I mean, that's fine. Can I move the No! Stop! Something is a very... No! Stop picking up things! No! I never told you to! What is even going on at this point? Stop taking materials from this thing. Go away. No! Why is there connections that I never made? Oh my god, the game's... I think I've broken the game. I can't move my camera anymore. I don't know what I've just done to the good company, but it's apparently a broken company now. Whoops. So, word of advice. Watch out when moving things between logistics zones, because you may very well break the whole game doing it. And I just did it. I mean, I can move like the camera in and out, right? But I can't move the camera by moving to the sides. I cannot WASD. I can't pull with the right mouse button. I can snap to myself with tab, but that's about it. So yeah. I'm just gonna save and reload and hope that it's fixed, and I'll be right back with you, I guess. Alright, and back we are. As you can see, the camera is moving again, so great success. I'm not sure if like any of these random weird connections are still up. I would hope they're gone. It looks like they're gone. I'm not sure I'm gonna move this thing back over there though, to be honest. I think we're not gonna do that. Like, it can only go wrong, can it? I'm just gonna plunder this thing. Oh, we're gonna have to fire her, won't we? We cannot reassign people to other logistics zones. Oh, sadly enough. I'm sorry. You have done us a good service. I would have re-employed you, but we can't. I'm gonna hire like 2 people for over here, pretty much, and then we're gonna set up new shelves and stuff, because I don't want to break the game again. Definitely gonna share this with the devs. I'm pretty sure nothing of this was anywhere close to working as it was supposed to, but that was a wild ride right there. I've never broken good company this bad, to be honest. Like, that was Let's Game and House levels of actually breaking the game. Holy moly. I totally broke the game logic there and everything. By the way, we had hired people for these tables. Where are they at? Oh, I think they're all chilling here, right? Okay. That's something. So, we've got all these things right here. Right now, we need to actually get some logistics connections and everything set up. We do apparently already have these autos set up, which is fine, which is good. I like that. I'm just going to make the stack for battery stack. I'm actually going to make all these stacks pretty huge, I think, just to make sure, because we're going to have a courier that's going to be going back and forth, basically, between the buildings to actually redistribute all the things for us. So yeah, hopefully that is going to be working just fine. I'm also going to already move over the materials from this pallet to the other one. I'm going to delete these logistics only things, and I'm going to have to reroute the courier in a second too, but these things will go right there. Perfect, and that is nice. And stacked with a bunch of materials. Now these, yeah, I mean, they shouldn't have anything in them, just kind of wanted to check, given that we had a bit of a struggle there with auto logistics and non-auto logistics, and the mix of the two and everything a second earlier there. But I'll actually just do this for the time being, and I'll adjust the bandwidths in a second here. So let's do just that. Perfect. And we will then go into these tables and just up the bandwidths by 1 for each of the products. Just use all the space we have available, because why not? Anything slowing them down in production won't really make sense if we do have the space anyways, right? So that goes all to the max right there. Perfect. And then we do of course have the batteries, which we will just all pull out to this logistics pallet. Perfect. So that's all the stuff basically done for our analysis production, which is awesome. Now we will of course need to set up some more tables and stuff down there, but first things first, I think we need to go into the courier routes right here. And, well, we've got this one, and this of course needs to change, because we need to add this courier pallet right here, and that is also kind of the wrong order, is it? What is this? Is this courier pallet? No, that's 1, that's 2. No, that actually makes sense, I think. So he goes... No, it doesn't. See, he goes from this one, right, to that one, then to that one. Yes, exactly. So, we will start at this courier pallet, and, well, we've got a bunch of these, and can I actually up this? Do I have space here? Yes, I do. Okay, so we're just going to make it a bit more, and he's, of course, going to automatically pick up these things right here. He's going to bring them up to that courier pallet. We've got these defined as inputs. We've got these batteries defined as output, and now I need to actually define them as an input right here. So we will go and pick up battery stacks right here, and we'll just make it like 80 or something of them. Actually, we can just honestly make it a bunch, because why not? That's the only thing we need in here. And I never... Oh my god, I fired her even though I shouldn't have. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, we still need a logistics employee for this zone. Right, we still need her. There's no reason to fire her. I apologize. I'm really sorry. I'm just going to instantly replace you with somebody else. Nothing personal or anything, by the way. But that should now make more sense. If we look into the courier routes, right, he picks up these plastic chemicals right here, brings them up there, picks up the output right here, puts it into the input, and goes all the way back down and repeats. So that should work out just fine. But with that said, and me totally bugging out and breaking the game, but us now finally having some more advanced analysis set up, I will end it off right here, and we will move on in the next episode to further expand on this analysis setup and hopefully make some more money off of other products to get even more research in there and hopefully expand the company ever faster. But as I said, I'll end the episode off right here. So I do hope you all very much enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. That does always help the channel out a ton. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also definitely please consider hitting that subscribe button right down below, as well as that bell icon right next to it to make sure you stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. And with that said, I do hope, if that's the last episode you're watching before the Christmas holidays, as I've already said in every other episode, of course, that you will have great Christmas holidays, hopefully with all the family and friends you can meet with the restrictions that probably apply in your country. I hope you will have a jolly Merry Christmas regardless, that you'll have a good time and you'll be able to relax. And, well, I hope you'll stay healthy. And then I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Ciao.